Hi folks, hi me. um, it's funny how things evolve, how like suddenly thinking how much nicer it would be to be able to just chat and walk occasionally. First of all, new hat. Just take a moment to look at the new hat. I'm getting so much better at getting things for myself that I really love and put a smile on my face. It's ridiculous. Look at it, it's like this. I'm actually turning into a pink pixie elf. I was toying with whether to make this video because I'm aware I have to hold the phone, and things like that are actually really draining. So I've got some more strength to do, to, like I say, to build, but it's not quite the right attitude with M.E. As I get stronger, this will be easier. I just need a cameraman. Dude, just get a cameraman. Of course someone would want to do that for you. So funny. Do you know what? I live in an area where mostly, I don't know, this is strange. I think just like the next generation, and certainly after that, making videos yourself is like so normal. But around here, people just be like, what the fuck? Probably more politely, but that's my language. So, excuse me. I'm feeling a bit giddy today. It does happen, you see. I'm testament to the happiness and the giddiness and the excitement and taking pleasure in life. It does come back. It does. All those things that you realise you can only feel when you've got energy, and they just all completely, utterly vanish when your body is just not producing the energy it needs. It's a funny thing that with ME. It's like it's learning to live in that state of just neither one nor the other. You don't want to be like constantly going into depressive stuff or anxiety. And gradually build the muscles to not go down there, and you don't want to push the positivity too much either. I spoke about this the other day, but and it's such a surrender to living in this tiny, tiny bandwidth, and just find that peace within that. And then as you start to get everything aligned in your life, to staying relatively peaceful right there, whatever that state is, whether it's bedridden or, and to know that you're doing the things you need to do to get well, like with an awesome recovery program, like the chrysalis effect. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought, which usually means I need to change subject. There's just a hint of a sunset behind the cloud, just where the cloud is really thin. You could just see this kind of pink just coming through. I don't know if the camera will pick this up really, up in the sky. It's just the barest pink, so completely different to the other evening, which was like this stunning sunset. This is where I'm heading. And it was turning all the leaves and trees to this golden orange. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful. It's coming through a bit more right now, actually. It heard me. See, nature loves to be appreciated. I'm aware how bumpy this video will be as well, which might be a bit nauseous to watch, which is not ideal when you don't feel well. However, this is my experiment today. Yeah, and kind of what I was saying, and then just very, very gradually you start to come up the emotional scale. Your body can start to feel things like joy again. And it's 10 times better than it ever would have been because you know what it is to miss it. know what it is to miss it. It's funny this time as well with this relapse. The first time I really crashed. It definitely wasn't as bad as some people who were completely bedridden. I could walk a bit still. I don't know if I should have been walking. I didn't know what I was doing, making it up. But I wasn't completely bedridden. I didn't need physically feeding or anything like that. So, well, yeah. And then this time it was as though it was a very much more emotional, mental crash, and certainly physically reduced as well, but just not in that crippling way of the first time. And then I have to acknowledge that today I had my morning walk, which is reinstated now. Woohoo! I had to drop it for a while as I sort of went through some detox periods with my nutritionist and just my body adjusting, you know, the ups and downs of recovery. And I love my hat so much. I just had to say that again. I'm sorry, I'm sort of coughing right into the microphone. My hair is itching my face. Just don't take yourself too seriously, dude. We're going to itch your face. When was it the word itch and scratch just became totally swappable? There's a better word for it, but interchangeable is the one I was looking for. The physicality, yes. So yes, today. So I managed my walk, my mini jogs, which they're just enough to get my heart rate up, really. Oh, it's got a bit breezy and chilly. Hi, wind. I love you. Just colours swirling everywhere. I will finish this thought. 7 minutes 17. I will get there. Spirit's like, what's so important about a thought, hey? What is so important about a thought? Just be here. So I did my walk and my jog, and which is reinstated, which I'm very excited about. I'm definitely a lot stronger. My body's actually producing energy now and recovery from exercise, which is phenomenal. Obviously my adrenals and everything are getting more in sync, my hormones more in sync. And then I also, my self-care is getting a bit better because I have energy for it. So I was doing some waxing earlier, and I got a home wax kit, which is just awesome because I just can't be doing all that stuff. Oh, software update option came up whilst I was recording. How rude. iPhone, sort it out. I'm going to show you the troll hedge this time. We're nearly there. You'll see what I mean. Well, I could wait till it's the sunset, but let's not be perfectionist, hey? Let's not be perfectionist. Yeah, and the physicality of like just holding my arms differently, doing my personal care bit, I was really achy a little while later, and I was like, why am I so achy? I mean, I know I've been for my jog and my walk, but normally that doesn't, it's a bit up and down with that. Sometimes it does, my body doesn't replenish quite as well as other days, but it's just like, oh, why am I aching? It's like, oh, of course. You know, something that completely take for granted. I love that Spoons article. I'm just looking at the time, little nudges. Oh, what a brilliant lady. I think she had, was it lupus? Something with very similar, I don't know what the causes are actually, maybe not similar causes, but similar impact on your life, I would say, as M.E. And she talks about spoons, and you have so many spoons worth of energy for the day, and you have to constantly decide how many spoons you need, how many you've got left, how many you need to have in reserve in case a cold hits you or anything like that. And it's just a brilliant article, especially brilliant to then show friends and family so they understand what you're going through. I'll add a link. And it's become quite a phenomenon. Talk about how many spoons you've got. Although I'd say that as well, use it sparingly. You don't want to get too hung up on talking about symptoms constantly and about the limitations constantly. I definitely have a thing in my mind of, I share my deepest, darkest work with my therapist and my guides and my journal. And I try not to talk about my ill health in general, except very positively, like I'm in an awesome recovery program. And obviously I'm sharing here. Hopefully it's all pretty positive and encouraging. Encouraging is the word. I'm going to show you this troll hedge whilst I remember. I don't know if do you remember trolls, the little plastic trolls? And they had like the spiky up hair, all in different colours. Well, for some reason, it's not the best day to see this. But, okay, this is the hedge, right? I don't know if it's going to focus anymore. Anyway, all the tops are orange, and for some reason, it's just so perfectly like cone shaped. It just reminds me of like a fiery haired troll, and I definitely think that is the energy of this hedge. It's cheeky and just beautiful, and it's so orange. I'll just show you. Look at those branches. There's one. They're just stunning. I think it's a type of willow, but I will check that. Is that what I mean? Anyway, I'll write it in below. I'll write it in. If I remember. If I don't, you guys will work it out. So yeah, all the little things you take for granted. Like recently I've been able to like shower and do a little bit of shaving. That's amazing, right? I'm sure you guys want to know all this. But that to me it's been such a milestone. You can get into such, layer upon layer upon layer of anxiety when... What was that noise? When you just can't get everything done you need to do, and you just have to let go more and more and more. Like you're going to be hairy for weeks, months, a couple of years, or you're going to be, some people... I don't remember what I was like the first time. Yeah, I think I washed my hair maybe every 3 or 4 days. My hair gets proper skanky, like it gets oily within half a day really. And then you don't feel good because you haven't been able to wash it, and you just have to constantly surrender to what you can't do, and it's alright, and you're going to get better, and one day you'll be washing your hair again every day. And it's all these little things which, anyone with their health and able to do all that physical stuff, they won't even see it as physical stuff. It's totally not on their radar. Stuff which requires energy. So it was nice to acknowledge, and had my usual afternoon sort of sitting down and doing my bits and bobs, and then I did actually feel recovered enough to come for a walk, which is fucking awesome. So I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Just monitor that a little bit, because there's usually delayed effect if the body's gone into energy reserves. There's special scientific names for this. Maybe I'll remember to add these as well. If it has gone into emergency reserves, you don't really know it at the time, but you really feel it a couple of days later, because then the body is just desperately trying to get back up to normal and then actually produce some proper energy. I fucking love science. It's catching up slowly. Making sense of all this. When the mind can't make sense of what's happening, that's the damaging psychological bit, which is why people need to get the right help way, 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 way sooner. I mean, I guess I'm an example of one of those people who had absolutely no help, and I just buried all the anxiety, and I just I had my crash age 17 and just gradually crawled out of it. But I had no idea how ill I still was, really. No idea at all. I didn't know life was really hard. It just always felt like that. That was my normal. It was the waters I swam in. And that goes for awakening in general, right? Whatever you were born into, whatever programming you were born into, or health situation, whatever it is, it's just what you know. And then it usually takes another crash or something for you to go, oh, well, that wasn't working, and maybe I need more help and more understanding and more information. And life brings it. Life brings it.